Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your trusted source for in-depth political analysis and commentary in South Africa. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video if you find it informative, and share your thoughts down in the comments. We want to hear your views. Today, we unpack a powerful, controversial, and emotionally charged moment that took place on Youth Day, June 16, in South Africa. Julius Malema, the firebrand leader of the economic freedom fighters, once again placed himself at the center of a storm after leading the chant of the historically controversial struggle song "Kill the Boer" during a massive rally at King Zwelithini Stadium in Umlazi, KwaZulu-Natal. The event drew thousands of supporters, dressed in the unmistakable red of the EFF, in a celebration that blended youth empowerment, revolutionary messaging, and political theater. But what unfolded has reignited an old national debate, one that touches on the very fault lines of South Africa's democracy, its racial wounds, and its contested narratives of struggle and identity. Let's go deeper. The song, known in isiZulu and isiXhosa as Dubul Ibhunu, translates roughly to "shoot the Boer." For many within the ANC and EFF-aligned liberation traditions, it was a rallying cry during the anti-apartheid struggle, a song that spoke to resistance, not literal violence. But in post-apartheid South Africa, the line between memory and menace has become blurred. And when Malema belts out those lyrics in a stadium packed with youth, fists raised, and red flags waving, it's more than just a song. It becomes a political act with deep symbolic weight, and, for some, dangerous undertones. This latest performance occurred on Youth Day, a day commemorating the tragic Soweto Uprising of June 16, 1976, where hundreds of schoolchildren lost their lives in protests against apartheid education policies. It is typically a solemn day of remembrance, but under Malema and the EFF's leadership, it was transformed into a political rallying cry. The imagery was striking, Malema taking the stage to thunderous applause, beginning the chant, and thousands of voices echoing it back. A sea of clenched fists rose into the air. For his supporters, it was a moment of reclaiming radical energy, a continuation of the struggle against economic oppression, inequality, and land dispossession. For his critics, it was a provocation, an unnecessary reignition of racial tension, an irresponsible use of symbolism that could have real-world consequences. The Democratic Alliance quickly condemned the act, calling it divisive and reckless. AfriForum, a civil rights group primarily representing Afrikaner interests, reiterated its long-held stance that the song promotes racial hatred. In fact, AfriForum has previously taken Malema to court over his use of the song, arguing that it incites violence against white farmers and contributes to a climate of fear and hostility in rural communities. While Malema successfully defended his right to sing the song, claiming it holds metaphorical meaning, the court of public opinion remains deeply divided. Internationally, this isn't the first time the song has made headlines. In 2023, Elon Musk, yes, the billionaire tech mogul, weighed in on the issue via social media, accusing Malema of advocating for genocide against white people. Malema fired back, asserting that Musk completely misunderstood the song's context and meaning. According to Malema and the EFF, the lyrics are symbolic, representing the fight against systemic racism and economic apartheid, not a literal call to arms. But symbolism is tricky. One person's protest song is another person's threat. And in a country still haunted by the ghost of its apartheid past, language carries immense power. It can heal, or it can wound. What complicates the conversation further is the backdrop of rising socio-economic dissatisfaction, especially among the youth. South Africa currently faces one of the highest youth unemployment rates in the world, hovering around 45%. Poor service delivery, failing schools, decaying infrastructure, and corruption have become the daily reality for millions. Youth Day events, like the one in Umlazi, are as much about commemorating the past as they are about voicing frustration with the present. In that sense, Malema's use of the song was strategic. It was a calculated moment of political theatre designed to channel historical pain into present-day urgency. It reminds the country, especially the youth, that the struggle isn't over. The fight has simply changed shape, from apartheid to economic exclusion, from white minority rule to black majority disillusionment. Observers noted that this year's Youth Day felt less like a memorial and more like a movement. Speeches focused not just on history, but on reclaiming land, transforming education, and toppling what the EFF calls neo-colonial economic structures. The rally painted a picture of a party still very much in revolutionary mode, unwilling to settle for incremental change, and still guided by the firebrand ethos that brought it into being. Still, the broader national debate remains unresolved. Should struggle songs like Dubul, Ibhunu be retired to the history books? Or should they remain part of South Africa's living political culture? Should we sanitize history to preserve peace, or confront its uncomfortable truths in the hopes of transformation? There's no easy answer. But what is clear is that Julius Malema has once again forced the nation to confront itself, to look into the mirror and ask, who are we now? And who do we want to become? As we move closer to future elections and the continued evolution of South Africa's coalition politics, moments like these will matter. Not just for what they say about the past, but for what they reveal about the country's future, a future that still hangs in the balance. So, what do you think? Was Malema right to sing the song in the context of Youth Day and political struggle? Or do you believe that such moments do more harm than good in a fragile democracy? Let us know in the comments below, and please, keep it respectful. These are sensitive issues, but they're ones we must tackle if we're to build a united South Africa. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe for more deep dives into South African politics, history, and society. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay critical. See you next time.